Don't make the same mistake I made. I used to sit in regret and replay the past instead of using it as lessons to fuel my future. I eventually learned to flip it, but it was not easy, and that's why I'm making this video, so you don't give regret more time than you should be. The truth is, regret hurts like a mother. It's that feeling that you wasted your years, missed your chance, or stayed stuck too long. Regret is heavier than any failure, and it can keep you trapped for life.
Unless you
Turn it around
Right now. If you're here watching this, you're already closer to your transformation than you think. By the end of this video, I'll share the lessons I learned the hard way, and you'll know exactly how to reframe your regret and turn it into forward momentum. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Kriti, and on this channel, we talk about mental frameworks and shifts that can help you turn setbacks into growth and create real momentum in your life. Let's dive in. Even if it's subconscious, most of us grow up believing that regret is a signal that we ruined our life in some way. That if you didn't start sooner, if you messed up, if you wasted time, it's over. The time's gone, the train has left the station. But if that were really true, there would be no comeback stories. There would be no stories about people who changed paths or turned their lives around. So don't look at your failures through the lens of regret. Regret is proof that you cared enough to try, or cared enough about something to even consider it. And that shift is the soil where growth begins. Think about it. The only reason you can see now what you should have done differently is because you're wiser today than you were back then. But in that moment, you made the best choice you could with what you knew. And I'm here to tell you that regret doesn't have to be your enemy. It can be feedback and clarity. Here's what I'm about to give you. 6 mental shifts that will flip regret from something that holds you back into a compass that guides you forward. This isn't about forgetting the past. You can't. It's about finally owning it and using it to your advantage. Regret isn't punishment. Most people treat regret like a life sentence, but regret is actually a signal. It's asking you, what's really bothering you here? And what can you do differently the next time? Look a little deeper. Inside that feeling of regret, there is clarity about what really matters to you. I'll be honest, one of my biggest regrets is not starting this YouTube channel sooner. I've been creating content in some form since I was 16. But the truth is, I wasn't the same person back then. I wouldn't be able to handle the discipline, consistency, and perspective that this type of content creation takes. So yeah, I could sit here and stay trapped in that regret, or I could use it as understanding and finally start. Which one do you think I picked? So naming the regret can pull it out of the shadows, and until you learn to face it, it controls you. Don't run from it, don't sugarcoat it. It can be anything like, I regret not starting sooner, or I regret wasting years in the wrong job. Write it down. Then instead of replaying what went wrong, ask yourself, what is this regret trying to show me? It's not easy, but if you sit with it, I trust that you will find the answer. You did your best at the time. In hindsight, everything looks obvious. But in the moment, you made the best choice you could with the perspective and the knowledge you had. I could think, if only I'd bought 1,000 Nvidia shares 15 years ago, I'd be retired on a beach by now. But let's be real for a second. Back then, I was in school, stressing about exams, and not reading Wall Street reports. What was I gonna do? Pull out my lunch money and say, yes, let's invest in this future of AI chips? Of course not. I had no clue back then. Also, you literally have to be 18 just to open an investment account. Well, now I know a little bit about investing, but back then, forget it. And here's the thing. I don't believe that missing Nvidia means I'll never get another shot in life. Acting like that was the one and only chance in history, that's just a recipe for staying stuck and blind to the opportunities that are right in front of you. Regret only exists because you've grown since then. Forgive yourself for not knowing better. The now is all you have. Like the previous examples I shared, regret can keep you stuck replaying the past. And then worrying about it happening again, that just keeps you stuck in the future. Meanwhile, both are stealing the only thing you have control over, the present. You can't buy back lost time, but you can always decide what happens next. Growth requires letting go of old identities. This one is really hard. One of the biggest reasons regret hangs around is because we cling to old stories, like the version of who we used to be. And it's scary because the moment you forgive yourself for not knowing better, you suddenly realize now it's on you, the current version of you, to do something about it. And the outcome is uncertain like anything else. But here's the thing. You have to create a new identity even if it's uncomfortable, because what we do know for sure is this. The pain of change is temporary, but the pain of regret can last forever. Take that chance. You can prevent regret by looking ahead. To stop future regret, zoom out a little bit. Imagine yourself at 80 looking back. What would you want to be remembered for? On the other hand, learning from other people's regrets and mistakes can be just as powerful because it saves you from repeating them yourself. For example, I once heard someone say, diabetes runs in my family, so it's not a question of if, it's just a matter of when I get it. But research shows that's not entirely true. Type 2 diabetes, for example, can often be prevented or at least delayed with proactive care around diet, exercise, exercise and lifestyle. So many people in their later years regret not taking their health seriously sooner. That's a regret we don't have to repeat. We can look at their stories and use them as a wake-up call to start now. The takeaway is this: you have the power to use foresight now and act with conviction so you don't get trapped later. Shorten your turnaround time. Regret is heavy, but resilience is about how fast you recover. So regret and resilience go hand in hand. Everyone makes mistakes, and no matter how much we learn or grow, we'll keep making them in different ways. It's what makes us human. The difference between staying stuck and moving forward, however, is how long you let regret hold you down. Treat each mistake, failure, and regret as training ground to bounce back faster. Instead of replaying mistakes for years, face the lesson and move forward. Every time you shorten the turnaround time, you build strength. That shift turns regret from a life sentence into a learning curve. As we wrap up this video, the point I really want to drive home is this: your identity is not locked to your past. Maybe you see yourself as the one who failed or the one who wasted time, but that's who you were in the past, and that image only exists in your mind because the past is gone. Letting go of that old identity and stepping into the unknown is difficult and scary, but the way I see it, the unknown is a chance to start fresh, and it's better than staying trapped in familiar misery. Picture yourself at 80 years old, looking back. What do you want to be remembered for? What story do you want told? That vision is still possible starting now, only if you let go. If this resonated with you or even made you feel a little lighter, hit like, share it with a friend, and subscribe for more. And if you're ready to keep going, check out my other videos where I break down the barriers that might be holding you back in other areas of life. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.